Good afternoon and welcome to Story Time. Today I would like to share with you another delightful cat story. Years ago I lived in a lovely little town in Ohio named Yellow Springs. It's a place where Dave Chappelle lives, as a matter of fact. And it's a town where it's always the 1960s, and the hippies from the 1960s had little hippies, and by this time they've had, grandkid hippies, and it's just a hippie place. And there I had a cat as well, and I was sharing a domicile with a woman at that time who loved that cat deeply because she had actually retrieved him from a veterinarian's office in northern Ohio where they're getting ready to put the cat to sleep because some dogs had got hold of him and he was all torn up. So she loved the cat, whose name was Oscar, deeply. And Oscar loved her too. Oh man, did he love her. They never parted. They were never apart. And so it was alarming, of course, when Oscar went missing one day. Have you ever heard people use the expression, turned up missing? I never understood that. How can you turn up missing? That would mean, I digress. Oscar went missing and could not be found for the rest of the day and into the next day, as a matter of fact. And pretty soon in the little village we were running around, putting up, have you seen Oscar signs and so forth. No sign of Oscar. Man, were we depressed. And so it came to be Monday night. And Monday night in those days was poker time. And the people that gathered in that living room were a strange, unusual, mystic, Yellow Springs kind of crew. And so as the deck was going around, at one point, when it came my deal, I just seized it and said, look, I'm looking around this table, and there is the biggest collection of different religious vibes I've ever seen right here. I mean, I think we had an atheist, a Buddhist, a Silatex faith healer, I don't know, everything was around this table. So I said, with all our combined energy, we're going to get together and try to pray this cat back. And they grumbled, but I wouldn't give up the deck, so they did. We prayed. Flash forward to 3 a.m. on that warm spring morning. Like Gregor Samsa in Metamorphosis, I was suddenly roused from my sleep by uneasy dreams. I looked around, it was quiet, the windows were open. I went to the window, and what should I see? Coming across the backyard, Oscar. It was such a scene because it was a bright night, the moon was shining, the sky was hung with humid night blue fruits. The clouds were fleecing along, and down there was Oscar. I woke up at the young woman and said, he's here. Well, she ran from her bed, knocked me over, ran downstairs, threw open the back door. The mother and child reunion was only a motion away. She and Oscar were in each other's arms. We prayed that cat back. So the next time you doubt the power of prayer,